What's going on, Ozark Homestead? So it is official wood burning hot water heater. Okay, so we come down here. There is a fire burning down in the bottom. I forgot to film the process of putting it together, so I'm just going to explain it. It was also pouring rain. So this right here was where the thermostat was for the propane. So we just took two metal pipes, capped them off, and so the water won't leak, and we can also hold some heat with these. Hopefully, they're not too long because of the elements and it being cold. If these pipes cool off, the water in the tank can cool off. So we might have to shorten these down a little bit. But moving on up the tank, this is the original sticker to the tank. It is rated for 150 psi. And it's also a 30-gallon, and it was born propane right there, and it's a 30-gallon capacity. So when this fire heats up, we have 30 gallons hot water. We will have to add a temperature gauge at the top, a thermometer at the top, in line to the hot water, and we will have to add a PSI gauge at the top because, as you see right here, it's rated for 150 PSI. So we don't want to, go over 150 PSI. But this is a sample run, just a test run, just to make sure everything is right. Everything's cock locked and ready to rock before we start spending more and more money. I'm sure there's going to be people out there saying, hey, it's a bomb, it's a bomb. I will show you that it is not. So as we move up the tank, we have our steam release valve. The way we are setting this up, and it's not done yet, but over here, I have a piece of copper tubing, and it is going to go on here like that. And if you come down to the bottom, you'll realize that when it goes down, it's right on the firebox. So if this was to pop and shoot steam, right here it shoots the water out of the tank so that it empties. So it would go through this copper pipe down to the firebox and put the fire out. We also have it set up to where the cold water, which comes from here and on up, will cool the system off if it gets too hot. So basically, it's hooked up just like any other hot water heater. There's an on-off switch right there if we need to shut it off, drain it. Okay, so cool water goes in. And then right here, hot water from the actual tank comes into the home. When you have a gas hot water heater, it has a built-in smokestack because what happens with gas is it emits fumes and toxins that have to be released. And if you notice, if you have a gas water heater at home, you'll have a little pipe coming out of the roof for it to escape. So all I did was took a little old piece of smokestack and put over that chimney so it would draw. And in this firebox down here, it goes all the way through. That chimney goes all the way through the whole water heater. And so it just feeds the smoke straight up and out, no problem. And when I get this fire going real good in here, which it seems like it might be starting to, nope, it's still burning right over in the corner over there. When I get it going real good, the original cap will go on here to hold heat in here so that even after the coals are gone, it'll still hold the heat from the coals, or after the fire's gone, it'll hold heat from the coals. It takes about an hour to heat the 30 gallons of water up. And after gets heated up, you get about 2 days of hot water out of it, and you can wash your hands, take showers, anything with hot water, do your laundry, anything that we need. We also decided to put the hot water heater next to our outside spigot. Never know, we are burning a fire. We just want to be careful. Here, hopefully in spring, we're going to have a shelter built around it. We're going to replace the single wall chimney pipe with a double or a triple wall so that it can go through the ceiling of the building. And then that way we can stack wood inside. In this general area, we can actually stack wood and have wood in there available for the hot water heater. We also have a secondary gas hot water heater over here in case anything goes wrong. And it's also going to help me explain to you how we did this. So where those pipes were on the other water heater, there was this. It was the gas uh, thermostat, on off light, and then an escape valve for the water to drain, and then there's a burner down in there. And I took all of that out of the other hot water heater and replaced it with those two metal pipes. And that's really it. You just have to pay attention to the fact that it is not thermostat controlled. So when you light a fire in it, you have to just pay attention to the fact that it can't get too hot. Right here is where the chimney goes all the way down and through. There's a baffle in here to help the heat be distributed throughout the hot water heater. That's standard on any gas hot water heater. And then you have your hot and your cold. There's your cold side and your hot side, and it just connects just like any other hot water heater. Once the water's hot inside, we just keep it fed with wood. If it gets really cold, we'll drain the tank out. If it gets like down to 0 or really, really cold, we'll just drain the hot water heater after we're done using the hot water, and that way the tank doesn't, freeze up. But it's official. Homestead, we have a wood burning hot water heater connected to our home. It is a cheap way to do it, although I do recommend that if you do it, you do your research and find out exactly what you need to do to be the safest that you can be in the situation. Keep your PEX away from anything hot. As you can see, we took PEX from the house, but we stopped at the on and off, the red on and off switch right there. And we did a little metal pipe here, threaded metal pipe to copper. And we kept the PEX as far away from the single wall chimney pipe as we could so that it wouldn't melt through. So you have to keep into account all your little details, all your little things that you have to do to keep it as safe as you possibly can. But it works. It works really well. There's some things we're going to add. There will be a part 2 to this as we add things to the hot water heater to keep it safer and safer. We're going to add safety things to it over time. So there will be a part 2 to this, but thanks for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. For anybody that has negative comments, try to keep them to yourself. Constructive or otherwise is welcome. And thank you again for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.